Afternoon, man. It is the weekly recap here. End of week 5. We are through 5 weeks, almost to this upcoming week. After this next week is over, we will be at the halfway point of the regular season. So, even though it seems like we literally just started this, we're almost halfway home, boys. So had a good week. Everything's just turning up peachy. So I will apologize for my negative attitude last week. I was kind of down in the dumps, 0-4. I mean, you can understand. I made the genius manager decision to not take Dennis's offer of Saquon Barkley for Chris Carson, because at the time, it wasn't a good trade the morning that he offered it to me, but the afternoon, later that afternoon, it sounded like a great trade, and weird, he turned it down. So, yeah, last week I was just all kinds of sour. But anyways, much better week. Let's dive right into it. And I didn't even realize I had this one first. I actually looked a little bit ahead this week, and there is just a juicy nugget in this matchup that I just can't wait to get to. And the person whose expense it's at already knows it's coming. And that would be you, Perk. You lost. Not only did you lose to Nick, who is now in first place, both teams at 4-1. Let's just do the matchup like we normally do. Too many D's for Perk, which is, I think I used this joke before, but not a sentence I'm normally used to saying about Perk. Too many D's for Perk. 154 to 130. Both teams 4-1. Nick in first, Perk in third. Let's go through it here. Nick had Michael Thomas, 41 points. Awesome week out of, apparently, he's only flex worthy. Okay, whatever. Cooper Kupp had a good week. They had kind of a shootout there with Seattle on Thursday night. I believe it was Thursday night. Yeah. He had a good week. 154 points. Nothing wrong with that. Perk had 26 points out of Dak Prescott, who kind of rebounded from his, I think, 8 points last week against me when I still lost. But Matt did start Aaron Jones. 49 points out of a fucking running back. That's insane. But Perk still lost with the running back that scored 49 points. But let's get to the juicy tidbit here. As you all know, we have 6 bench spots. Now, granted, you can have 5 running backs on your bench and a tight end or whatever. So you can't start everybody that was on your bench. But the juicy tidbit, and here it is, drum roll please, Perk's 6 players on his bench outscored his starting lineup of 9 players. He had 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and a quarterback on his bench. Will Fuller on the bench, 53.7 points. Michael Gallup, 24.3 points. Matt Breida, 27.9 points last night. Jared Goff, 19 points, which granted, he started the right quarterback, but, I mean, you don't see that very often, that your bench outscores your team. And not only did his bench outscore his own team, his bench also outscored 3 other teams' starting lineups this week. I think it was Don, I can't remember exactly who it was. But anyways, I had to get to that. I realized that I spent way too much time on that, but that's just too good. Anyways, like I said, both teams in the top 3 have the same record. Next matchup, we have the brothers, the Novak brothers, Nate and Matt. I don't know if you know this, but they kind of sometimes don't get along, especially when it comes to competitive type of things. And weird, the louder one won, which I don't think I need to tell you which one the louder brother is. Nate, 153 to Matt's 144, so it looks like he won by 9. Nate had Julian Edelman, 25, Dalvin Cook, 25. I think Nate likes having Dalvin Cook on his team. I don't know if he's told any of you guys that, but that's what I've gathered. He's pretty subtle about it, but I think that's kind of his favorite pick of the draft so far. Actually, no, it's not. It's Lamar Jackson. He told me that too. He told me a lot of things. I just kind of zone it all out once he starts talking. Matt had, 144 points. That's a tough week to lose on, especially with the new layout or the new lineup format, whatever thing. Russell Wilson, 30 points. Tyler Boyd, 28 points, finally came back. Defense, both teams' defenses did very well. Both kickers got 11 points. Unfortunately, Matt sat Josh Jacobs, which, I mean, you should know, playing in London or England or wherever the fuck he was playing, he's going to have an awesome week. If you would have subbed out him for your flex player, you would have won. Piss poor management, Matt. Sorry. But doesn't really make a huge difference because both teams are 2-3. Nate, last team into the playoffs. Matt, first team out of the playoffs. Next matchup, we have Don and Mitch. Don tried showing up a little bit this week, but Mitch wanted nothing to do with it. He put up a solid 172 points, which I believe was the second highest score of the week. Yeah, it is. We'll see who got first coming up here in a little bit. Okay, let's look to the losing team. Mike Evans for Don. Ugh, that sucked. It should have been a shootout. It kind of was. 31-24. Godwin did good. I think, didn't the tight end do good there? Who's that? Fanter? I don't remember who the fuck it is. OJ Howard? I don't remember. Whatever. Point is, Mike Evans got 0 points. That sucks ass. Tom Brady, 24 points. Amari Cooper, 40 points. I mean, you can't ask for much in that, but when your number one wide receiver doesn't show up, you're not going to win. And honestly, even if he did, he still would have lost because it looks like Don lost by 49 points. So, Mitch, 172 points, like I said. Deshaun Watson, 42. Chris Godwin, the aforementioned Chris Godwin, 31.5. Christian McCaffrey, 47.7. Mitch, good job not trading me Christian McCaffrey, even though I did offer you a fair trade. Good job keeping him. Yeah, nothing else really worth noting. Both teams had, high scorers on the bench, but at the end of the day, I don't think Don's quote unquote optimal lineup would have beat Mitch's lineup. So anyways, Don is 1-4 in 9th place, Mitch 3-2 and in 4th place. And we have the weekly low score. According to my recollection, I think this is a 5th different weekly low score winner, which is Corey. I said it last week. I've said it before. We all saw this coming. Corey's going to get a bunch of low scores. He's almost out of free agency money, and he's going to end up missing the playoffs. He's still in 5th, so he's still technically in if it started today, which it doesn't, but he got weekly low score. The benefactor of that was Brandon. So, like I always like to say, when you beat the weekly low score, you didn't really win, you just didn't lose, So, but Brandon did put up a solid 162 points, so can't fault him for that. Corey just had his highest scoring player was just DeAndre Hopkins at 15 points. Carson Wentz, who should have had a big day, didn't. Yeah, pretty just not good. Brandon, on the other hand, Philadelphia's defense was his highest scoring player at 38 points. That's pretty impressive. Too bad New England's defense couldn't put up those kind of numbers for you, Corey. Adam Thielen, 32 points. Brandon started Gardner Minshew. Weird. I think that was... I'm trying to remember. I think one of the people on the ESPN Fantasy thing recommended that Brandon start that. I don't think he's publicly announced it, but Brandon is kind of like in a partnership with ESPN Fantasy Football, like Stefania Diggs or whatever the fuck her name is, and Field Yates and all those guys. They actually co-own this team, so that's why you see Brandon tweeting them so much, so they can all have a fair stake in the team. And as a collective, they're doing well. 4-1, Brandon and company in 2nd place. Like I said, Corey 3-2 and in 5th place. And boys, it was bound to happen. Fuck, I don't care. It finally happened. I won a goddamn game. And not only did I win a goddamn game, I had the most points this week. Took down Father. Both of us are now 1-4. I am in 8th place. Dennis is in 10th. So weird. With one win, I catapult 2 whole spots. I mean, that's, to my math, 20% of the people in our league. So I'm coming for you, boys. Matt Ryan, 33 points for me. Leonard Fournette showed up again, 24 points. Greg, or Kittle. Is it Greg? George Kittle. Why am I blanking on that? George Kittle, right? Whatever. San Francisco's defense, I kind of took a shot on them this week. It paid off. I didn't think it was going to be that much of a blow, but it was. 22 points. I started all the right players. Dennis had Allen Robinson get him 29 points. Other than that, Nothing. He sat Philip Lindsay, who had 24 points. He sat Kyler Murray, had 25 points. I should have started those guys. You would have gotten a bigger score, but you still would have lost. So, as I said, I am now in 8th place. I'm coming for y'all. Objects in mirror closer than they appear. Other puns. Yeah. Sorry, this video is running a little long, but I just could not, I could not gloss over that first matchup with Matt sitting, or Perk, I guess, sitting the 140 points. That's fucking insane. Anyways, I don't really have any updates for you guys. As some of you may know, I am actually heading to Vegas tomorrow, so I will put this out there. If anybody has any interest in any bets, whether it be sports or roulette or whatever, I'm willing to place bets for you guys, so feel free to Venmo me some cash if you want. If not, that's fine too, don't care. Heading out tomorrow night and coming home Sunday. Again, not that you guys care. Waiver wire, I mean, yeah, it's waiver wire. I don't know. I really don't have anything for you guys. Yeah, so I guess I'll just leave it at that. Good luck this week, boys. I don't know who I'm playing this week, but unlike most weeks, I will say I'm coming for you. Who the fuck do I play this week? God, I really suck at this. All right, well, I'm just going to go before I make more of an ass of myself. See ya.